Good morning, everyone. My name is Mallory Cormier, and I am the founder of Save The Buns. Today, we will be diving into our mini-series called A Bun's Eye View, where we will talk to some people who had the opportunity to work with rabbits inside of a laboratory setting. Here with us today, we have Katrina. Hi, Katrina. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I have some questions I figured I'd just fire away at you and get started. So
Yeah.
How long were you in the lab animal field for?
I interned for a little while there, so probably between internship and working, probably 3 years.
Okay. And what did you initially think when you started the job? Like, what were your thoughts about it?
Initially, I was just excited to be in the animal field, and I would kind of do anything to get like my foot in the door. So I thought it was really interesting, and all the stuff that they were doing was just like amazing to me that we were even doing these things with animals.
Yeah.
So that was my first initial thought about it. So.
Okay, cool. What are some things about rabbits that you learned while you worked there? Did you learn any tips or tricks or anything interesting?
Probably the biggest thing I learned was how sensitive they are. Just like handling wise and how easily they can be scared, or like how easily they can feel pain, and they're just sensitive creatures.
Yeah, they really are, honestly.
Yeah, that was like the biggest thing I took from it, because even now, and I don't work in lab animal anymore, and everyone's always like, you got to be careful, it's like watch its back. So they're just sensitive little buns.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to adopt or take home one of the rabbits there? And did you have like a favorite bun?
Yes, when I first started, I named one of the bunnies Jelly, and we had a coworker that had a very similar name, so they always thought I was talking about her.
Oh,
but it wasn't her.
That's funny. Yeah, it's okay. I was wondering if that was the name. Yeah, tell me a little bit more about her if you remember.
I just remember like getting so attached to her. She was a working rabbit, and then she was not. So when she was resting, I just loved to hang out with her, and she just caught my attention out of all of the buns. So it was just my first bonding experience with one, and then I just loved all the little babies, and I wanted to take them all home. I just remember being like, can we do something about all of these little buns? I just felt like we could always have done something more, because we had so many.
Yeah, we did have a lot. We had a lot of those. And I feel like Jelly was really like cuddly, right? Wasn't she kind of, didn't she like,
she was kind of docile.
Yeah, she was chill, but was she fresh too? I forget.
She had her moments. It depended on the day.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that. I also thought there was a wolf that was named Jelly, or Jelly Bean. Wasn't that from that wolf rescue? I know, totally unrelated.
Yes. Yes, I went to that wolf thing, and it was a very similar name, and I was like, oh, it's meant to be. I love all the jellies.
I remember that. That's so funny. What did you think after you left the job? Like, how was your overall experience working in it?
Overall experience, I feel like it was definitely a learning experience. It really tested my character, I would say. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
After I left, I would say I knew I never wanted to go into lab animal again.
Yeah.
That was my main takeaway. I was like, will never do that to myself. It took too much of an emotional toll on me.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
So I guess leading into this is like kind of the one loaded question. I mean, what are your views on animal testing as a whole? Do you think that we should find alternatives? How do you feel about that?
As a whole, I think I understand where the concept has come from and why we started it, but to be at that point right now, I don't think is necessary. I think there are other alternatives that we can use that can be even more efficient with doing less damage. And I personally do not support it because of my experiences, obviously.
Yeah. Great.
Mhm.
Thanks, Katrina. If
Yeah.
you could use one word to describe the whole time there, I know we kind of talked a little bit. If you could pick one word, what would it be about lab animal?
About lab animal.
The field, your experience. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hard.
I know. Or a couple words that come to mind.
Yeah. I would say unnecessary, overwhelming for sure, and like a morality testing within yourself, because you start to question like what life is about. You know what I mean? Like animals versus people versus how we treat each other. So you really start getting your own head. And I mean, at least for me, that was my own personal experience. It really makes you question life in
Yeah,
itself.
that's great. That's a great answer, Katrina.
Yeah.
It's funny, as Sophie said the same thing. In a way, she said overwhelming. She picked that word, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. And I guess, we went through these pretty quickly. Is there anything else, that you would want people to know about your experience?
I would say if anyone is in the field or looking to go in that field, definitely don't question yourself when you're starting to feel certain ways, even if you love it. Like if you love it and that's what you want to do forever, stick with that. And if you don't feel that way and you know in your gut that something is wrong, definitely listen to yourself, because I questioned myself about that for so long and really went back and forth with like, okay, I'm making okay money. I'm making better money than maybe if I was somewhere else, but am I okay doing this job every day? And that was something I kind of struggled with, and it led to kind of a breakdown for me in life. Like I just quit and changed careers. I was like, this is it. So definitely listen to yourself when you're starting to feel those ways, because your body and your mind is telling you something. And if it doesn't feel right, or it does feel right to you, then listen to yourself.
Yeah. Katrina, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for me? Any questions for me at all? I know I'm the one giving the interview. What was that?
I don't think so.
All right, awesome. Well, this was a little short and sweet one. Definitely want to do some more in the future, but thank you, Katrina, so much for answering the questions and being here and opening up. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.